Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about artificial human intelligence. Now I first got interested in the subject by watching a video called Speak of the Devil. And in that video it featured Anton LaVey and some of the mannequins that he was working on before he died. In that video he says that the mannequins that he's worked on throughout his life were based on real people, but these people weren't the real plastic people that you see in everyday life. These were people that he found far more interesting than the so-called real people that he's experienced throughout his life. And I could definitely relate to that. These were people who he would actually have liked to have known and probably liked to have hung out with and had a drink with. These people were people that he had something in common with, and these people were um, sort of artificially brought to life in his home because he created them and he gave them a sense of life when he displayed them throughout his household. And I found this to be very interesting, and it is something that I would like to do myself. Now, I first got interested in the whole idea of artificial human companions through Anton LaVey, but I think this has been a running theme throughout my life, and it's something that that's also fascinated me throughout my life. And it all goes back to childhood. And when I mean childhood, I mean watching television shows that used to come on when I was a small child. One of my favorite ones was Lost in Space. And in the movie Lost in Space, it had the kid, Will Robinson, in there. And Will Robinson had a robot. And this robot basically looked out for Will Robinson. And I thought that was really cool. And whenever Will Robinson was in danger, the robot would go, "Danger, Will Robinson! Danger, Will Robinson!" And those of you who've watched the show know that Will Robinson used to hang out with that Dr. Smith character. And Dr. Smith used to always get Will Robinson in, some pretty messed up situations. So the fact that he had this robot that was overly protective of Will Robinson, I thought that was really cool. And as a kid, yes, I did want a robot like Will Robinson. As I got older, I started watching the show Battlestar Galactica. Now, I don't know if the new Battlestar Galactica has the same plot to it as the old one. I know the old Battlestar Galactica had this war between humans and robots, and basically the robots were trying to take over and try to annihilate the humans that were around. I don't know if the new one has that. I've seen like snippets of the new one, so I'm not sure. But the thing is that I found interesting in the old version of Battlestar Galactica was the fact that there was this one guy, of course he was a villain. This guy was on the side of the robots, and he was helping the robots get rid of the humans. Now, I don't necessarily agree with this, but the fact that he had these robots, and they were sort of, in a way, they were working for him. And I found that really interesting. And these robots were really cool looking back in the day, even though I guess to today's standards they wouldn't be all that hip looking, but I actually liked the way they look, and I said to myself, hey, if I had a couple of $1,000,000, I would love to have one of these robots myself. Now, what do you do if you can't afford a robot, or what do you do if you can't build mannequins yourself? Well, you go out and you purchase some artificial human companions that are cheaper than going out and spending thousands of dollars for them. Oh, let me also mention there is the real doll also. If you have $5,000 and if you're lonely, if you don't have a girlfriend, you can actually buy buy a very expensive sex toy that will keep you happy during those lonely times of the night or whatever. I think it would be actually cool to have one of those. I'm not really into having, sex with a real doll or anything like that, but I think for a novelty piece, I think it would be really cool. But if I had $5,000, I think I would find something else to do with it rather than buy a real doll. But that's, I'm not knocking people who've bought real dolls. I think they're really cool. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. What do you do if you don't have all this money to go out and either buy a robot or a real doll or something of that nature? Well, you can buy cheaper things. And these things are something that I feel that are dear to my heart. What I am referring to are little statuettes, boggleheads, that I have displayed in my household. And these beings, this is my Freddy Krueger one. You guys can see it. This is really cool. Those of you who've been to my MySpace page have seen this. But this, Freddy Krueger, he's sort of like, he's part of our how can I explain it? It's part of pop culture now, and he's a part of who we are. We've all heard of Freddy Krueger, and and if you grew up in the time where Nightmare on Elm Street came out, you're a fan for the most part if you like that type of thing. So this is my Freddy Krueger, and of course you can't have a Freddy Krueger and not have a Jason. And this one's really cool. I actually sleep with Jason like right by my bed. This is great, and it has this little machete too. Jason. Okay, let me show you guys another. I'm starting to run out of time here, as usual. I wish MySpace, I mean not MySpace, I wish YouTube would give you more time to do these videos, but oh well. This is my alien one. And this is really, really cool, because this sort of, it looks just like the alien when it came out. And the interesting thing about this alien is his tail is longer than his body. But he's really, really cool looking. And I have a couple of these displayed in my house. And to me, they're like little guardian figures. And I really dig these items. And here's another one. This is one that's based off the Spawn series. This is so cool. Now I have these positioned in my house, and like I said, they act sort of like gargoyle figures, and I have them like next to like certain books that I have with messages that stay away from my bookshelf. I think Anton LaVey had messages similar to that. If you mess with my books, your hands will be amputated, or this and that and other. So these are sort of like my guardian figures. I have this one in my other room, and he basically guards my books. So he's like I said, a guardian figure, or my guardian daemon. Some people have guardian angels. I have guardian daemons. So anyway, those are just a couple. I have more, but I only have so much time to present this here on YouTube. But the whole point of this is basically to say, hey, you don't have to have thousands and thousands of dollars to have artificial human companions in your house. You can go out and you can buy Spawn toys. You can buy your own little Freddy Kruegers and Jasons, or Michael Myers or whatnot. And if that's something that you resonate to, hey, it's something that's special to you, and it represents something special to you. To me, the Jasons and the Michael Myers and the Freddy Kruegers, they all represent things that go bump in the night. And for me, I am not scared of these things. So until next time, love is the law, and peace.